of 2016, looking back and looking ahead. What's happened so far and what to watch out for. Another busy webinar on behalf of BizzyWeb and, of course, myself, Dave Meyer. Here's how to get a hold of us. If you have a question during this event, you can send me an email at dave@bizzyweb.com or give us a call at 612-4BUSY-O, 612-424-9990. This is going to be a pretty quick one as we just go over the top level details. We're not going to do Q&A right now, so if you do have questions, be sure to send those in to dave@bizzyweb.com. If you want the slides from this deck, please go ahead and send me a PowerPoint and or email, or send me an email so that we can get a hold of that for you. And I would love to chat with you. So here we go. First, BizzyWeb is a digital marketing agency based in Champlin, Minnesota. We're just 15 minutes out of downtown Minneapolis. And so we love if you could stop by and say hello sometime. We do digital marketing of all stripes. Particularly, we do WordPress-powered web design. And that web design leads to digital marketing services most oftentimes for our clients in form of our Buzz Builders programs. Buzz Builders is a digital marketing offering where we do email marketing, content marketing and writing, search engine optimization, search engine marketing with Google, Facebook, Twitter, and the like, and or everything included in helping get your business online and marketing appropriately. Here's what we're going to talk through quick. We're going to go through a bit about us, the 2016 marketing trends so far, then what's coming up, and then we'll get back down into a couple of next steps as we move forward. All right, first, here's what's coming up for 2016 or what's happened so far. Mobile has really taken over, and we've seen a lot more detail and information about what's happening and how we can help folks in the mobile world. Video is being more ingrained into the experience than ever before. LinkedIn was purchased. Ad blocking has come center stage, and we're really focusing on a lot more content and context than ever before and trying to focus on user experience. Content has now trumped search engine optimization or SEO, and I'll talk to you more about that in a moment. Internet of Things has made big inroads with the Amazon Echo, with Siri, and with some of the other things that you can do online. And virtual reality is starting to become a mainstream opportunity, and there's a lot of really interesting things that are coming up from that. Let's go deeper into each of these, and then I'll go into my predictions after that. First, with mobile taking over, more than half of people are now reading messages on their mobile devices first. That's particularly for email, but also we're noticing across the board with our clients, more often than not, people are visiting websites, they're doing Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter all over their mobile devices, over the phones they're holding in their hands more than ever before. So if you're not thinking mobile, or if you haven't thought about mobile, and particularly if your website's not mobile responsive, now is the time to take that action and to make that change. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening in this space. Make sure that you're taking advantage of that and that you're getting everything that you need out of your marketing services. So as we look forward on this, 500% more people are visiting and opening their email out of their mobile devices than they were just 5 years ago. Video has really taken over as well. Facebook Live has made a big splash, and BizzyWeb has done a number of those, and we've seen some really interesting results from that. Snapchat, Vine, and Instagram have boosted their published time limits, and Twitter and LinkedIn now allow video in their timelines. This is something where video is just becoming more and more ingrained and in-depth. And so if you're not thinking about video, it's a great time to take advantage of it right now. LinkedIn was purchased for $23 billion in a deal with Microsoft. That's going to hopefully allow more integration and deeper thinking about LinkedIn than just trying to chase Facebook. You know, LinkedIn was perennially, it seemed, trying to get more users at the behest or at the negative for everything else that you could do. So, you know, it's not about trying to get more viewers or trying to get more connections, which it seems like LinkedIn has spent a lot of time on in the past few years. And now it's going to be more about trying to make LinkedIn a business tool, I think. And so integration with Skype, Office 365, Microsoft Office in general, kind of ingraining it with the things that Microsoft does and making this the business service or the business network versus just trying to copy a social network, but with a business slant. So I think it's going to be more interesting. It's going to be something to watch for a while. But LinkedIn in general, just keep your eye on it, because I bet it's going to get more useful based on this news. Ad blocking has really kind of come to the forefront now. iOS's new features that were announced at the beginning of the year have really set the industry on edge. And usability is the new watchword. Deeper integration with content is going to be a much better option than some of the things that we've seen in the near past. If you go to BuzzFeed or CNET or any of these places, they're still coming down from this. But there's so much crap and code all over the websites now that are slowing things down. Ad blocking has really cut that out and put the power back in the user's hands. And what we're seeing now as a result of that is everything is getting streamlined. And so when people can tune out everything else, if you open CNET right now on your iPhone, it's going to take you maybe 30 to 45 seconds, even on a nice fat pipe, to see all of the content that's coming. One of the big things that I hate about browsing right now is a lot of times when I'm browsing on my iPad, for example, I will get halfway through an article on Mashable, for example, and then the content scrolls back up to the top after all of the crud in the background has reloaded. And so ad blockers take the power and put it back in the user's hands, and advertisers are going to have to adjust. It's all about utility and usability and speeding up that engagement at every turn now. It's less about trying to throw as much code and tracking and all kinds of stuff on the back end and all of the things that get in the way of user experience. And now we're going to hopefully see deeper integration with content. So sponsorships, podcasts do a really good job of this already, where they weave in any advertisement content as part of the code or as part of the actual content of the podcast. And so we're going to see that more, where things are going to be sponsored by, and there's going to be buckets or blocks. It's going to be harder to track sometimes, but people are going to continue to get smarter about it. And so I'm excited for this. And if you're thinking about how you can make your content ad blocker friendly, just do inline kind of content or text that supports advertisement, or maybe rethink how that's going to work. It's tough for media tools right now to keep up and to catch up and to keep revenue streams going. But what you need to really focus on is getting as useful as possible and making the experience as seamless as possible, adding hoops to jump through and JavaScript to download and pop-ups and pop-unders and all of that terrible stuff. Is just, it's a slap in the face of users, and people are able to now battle back. Content is now a bigger deal than search engine optimization. Backlinking, cross-linking, gray hat kind of content tweaks, trying to SEO things as a general rule is less important, and certainly continues to be less and less important to Google. And as a matter of fact, we've now seen that the more time people spend on pages, the higher the page rank is going to be. So having content that lets people kind of fall down the rabbit hole and interlinking inside of your own website and going deeper and deeper with content. The idea of skyscraper content, where you build on someone else's content and add your own thought-provoking information and helpful kind of cross-links and connections, is going to be much more useful in the future than simply trying to do H tags and image tags and all of that stuff, or alt tags on images. Or certainly the idea of having a link farm or getting links from a large organization that has all kinds of backlinking things and paying for backlinking is dead in the water. It's not useful, it's not helpful, and certainly any services. A lot of our clients that had done that prior to working with BizzyWeb, we've had to spend quite a bit of time and effort disavowing a lot of that junk that our clients have paid for prior to working with us. So if you're still spending money on backlinks or other things like that, it's time to revisit that strategy and instead focus on, frankly, a little bit tougher work, which is generating useful and helpful content for your clients. So the more helpful you can be, it's all about help and not sell in today's environment. The more useful you are, the more links and connections that you have to helpful, interesting resources, the better you're going to be. But there's no such thing as a silver bullet, and there's no such thing as a free lunch anymore. You just need to be useful in order to show up well on search engines. The Internet of Things has popped up recently. Amazon Echo, Dot, Alexa have all made talking to your tech easier. There's APIs out there that now allow deeper integration so that when you get home, your Nest will see that you're home, and it'll adjust the temperature of the house and turn on the lights, and your smoke detector can automatically call the police or call the fire department if something's happening. Your cameras can automatically turn off and turn on when you arrive or leave. And all of those things are just deeper integrated. And we're going to see a lot more interesting stuff as Amazon includes the push buttons and deeper integrates all of the other things that you can do. You can order milk and eggs from your Amazon Echo just by talking to it in your kitchen, and have your fridge give an update to the Echo to let you know that something's running low, and it can tell you when you ask for the update of the day. Interesting, helpful stuff. As well, virtual reality is coming to the forefront. Oculus Rift, the Vive, Steam are all making life a lot more in-depth and interesting, and this is going to be a really interesting time for us to continue to dig in and to get deeper in the content that we're seeing with our clients. There's better and more interesting tools out there. There's actually a set of cameras that you can use that'll shoot 360 video all at once that now seamlessly integrates with Facebook. So I'm sure you've seen those, where you can tour the space station, the International Space Station, and just kind of tilt your phone around to see what's happening. And you can do that as a consumer now because the tools are getting inexpensive and easy to use. Businesses are going to continue to see the opportunity in the virtual space to make the deeper integration with the real world and to connect people on a more visceral, visual way than ever before. Gaming, of course, has taken that big leap and continues to lead that forefront, but practical applications like special learning, education applications, touring things, the assisted VR, where you can hold your phone over the hood of your car or over under the hood of your car and have your phone show you in an assisted way, like highlights the oil filler cap or highlight the issue that you've got. Audi dealerships right now have assisted VR where they can just look at and train their team members as they go through and not have to go through hours and hours of training. You can instead just hover your phone over and it'll show you the screw that you have to turn. So interesting stuff. That's what's come up so far this year. Now what's coming up in the next few months, we think Google AdWords is finally going to get around to its redesign. They announced a big in-depth redesign and gave a demo on May 24th of this year. So they went through a lot more detail on how they're improving the advertiser experience. And that's really exciting. It's going to be a lot more useful. And frankly, a lot of the things that we always had to figure out and backtrack are going to be much easier to use now that Google AdWords redesign is coming through. BizzyWeb is launching a honey of a deal. And so this month, if you engage with us, we'll be able to give you a little bit of a discount on either web design or digital marketing services. On the digital marketing side, you're going to get your strategy session for free if you sign up for a 12-month engagement with us. And on the web design side, if you engage with us at a gold level or higher, we're going to give $1,000 off on the website. So talk to us if you're interested on that, but that's coming up this year and is going to be big news for our folks and our clients that are thinking about what they're going to do next. Prime Day coming up on July 12th is going to be huge for Amazon, and they're doing a lot of really special stuff. Last year, Prime Day was bigger than Black Friday. This year, they're expecting it to be even bigger. And now you have it kind of compounded with the Amazon Instant stuff where you can get things within a couple of hours in all of the larger markets. So you can order things on Prime Day. There's about 500 products that are available in all Prime markets or all Prime Instant markets that you can order, your Tide laundry detergent and have it there within 2 hours. So just amazing, kind of cool stuff, all for free. Publishing diversity, instant articles on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google are kind of coming at the blogging space a little bit better than they ever have before, with offering richer text and more integrations and more deep connections with content. It used to be up to blogs solely to give kind of richer text, and you could share status updates on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and Google and all that. But now you can do an actual publishing. And so it's going to be interesting and kind of something to keep an eye on as a digital marketer, that you should be ready and willing to use the deeper publishing tools on particularly Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google. Facebook's instant articles, LinkedIn's new blog posting platform, and then Google's about to come out with something too that's going to match that instant article kind of depth. Apple has announced, like last month, macOS Sierra, iOS 10. We're talking about iPhone 7, and the iPhone 7 is probably going to do away with the headphone jack, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, in favor of Lightning ports. The new MacBook Pro is probably going to have an OLED display on top of the keyboard so that you can do more contextual things on it. So that's some interesting stuff. On the same side, on the Android stuff, there's Android-enabled Chromebooks are going to be coming out in the next couple of months, where you're going to be able to use the millions of apps that are available in Android on your Chromebook. It used to always be, basically through Chrome, the browser, that you had to do everything on Android. But now you can dig in a little bit more on your Chromebook, and you'll be able to use a lot of the applications that you can already enjoy on your Android phone. So that's going to be cool. Google Home is going to be coming out relatively soon, and that's going to take on Echo. It's going to be really interesting over the next 6 months, but over the next year and a half or so in particular, to see how ingrained the new Siri device that is rumored to have facial recognition and to be a listener, the new Google Home, and the fact that that's probably going to be less expensive than the Echo and kind of rival the Echo Dot in size and cost, and all of those other things that you can do once you can just walk in and talk to your home, to your house, to anything. Tell me the weather. I want to order a TV. I'm running low on ketchup. All easier just to say and to integrate. Some other technology stuff that's coming up soon. Xbox One S is going to come out with a newer, slimmer form factor and a few more bells and whistles. PS4 Neo, same thing. PlayStation VR is probably going to be the next step in taking virtual reality to the mainstream. And so that's going to be an inexpensive headset that's going to integrate fully with all of the PlayStation games that are out there. So you'll be able to wander through your games in full 3D and virtual reality. So all that stuff is coming. It's all interesting. The core overview and the thing to think about and to take back from this, as a digital marketer, you're going to need to continue to focus on being more useful and focusing on the user more than ever, because technology is making it easier to tune out everything that's user unfriendly or user antagonistic. So all of the JavaScript and all that stuff, Squarespace, and some of the drag and drop editors in WordPress or other tools are great for the developer, for the company, but terrible for the user because it slows everything down and it's just not useful or not helpful. And you have to download a bunch of junk in order to even get a website to work. Well, in the new mobile first world, if it's not as slim as humanly possible, if it doesn't load instantly, you're going to be losing traffic. And if people can't find exactly what they're looking for because you have a treasure trove of information that's focused on your client, you're going to be losing deals and information. So make sure that you focus on that first, and then you can go further and integrate and dig deeper. So that's basically where I think the rest of the year is going to go. Help, help, help. Don't necessarily just try to sell, sell, sell. Focus on your user, not your company, for best results. And if you're interested in getting help on that, we have an entire team of folks that are ready and willing to help you build this stuff. Our Honey of a Deal promotion in particular is going to give you a tremendous leg up and help you save a lot of money while essentially taking the place of a new hire in your digital marketing. So if you're at the spot where you're wondering, should I hire someone new in marketing or on my marketing team, take a look at our options and offers at BizzyWeb, and we can actually serve that with experts in every single field of marketing for less than the price of a person. So give us a call if you're interested in that. More resources, check out BizzyWeb.com/events for more information and detail on a lot of this stuff, as well as quick and helpful tips at how to keep up and how to connect with us. If you go to BizzyWeb.com/buzz, you can get an in-depth marketing analysis of what's happening on your website as regard your keywords and your connections. So talk to us about that if you have questions. And then check out our resource library at BizzyWeb.com/category/BizzyWebinar and connect up with that. If you would like to stay in touch with us, join BizzyWeb's email list by texting BIZZY, BIZZY, to 22828. Note that you want to watch your autocorrect. BUSY isn't going to get you what you want, but BIZZY will get you added to our marketing or to our email list, where we will be able to share marketing tips with you, how to do all of the stuff that I've already talked about today, as well as anything new that comes up. You know, the next time Google announces something important or interesting, same thing with Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or any of the other new networks that are coming out, we offer Bizzy webinars every single Wednesday, and we'd love for you to stop by. If you subscribe to our newsletter, we'll tell you about those and we'll give you special deals and offers first. We don't generally market to our clients via this. I'm all about help, 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 not sell, sell, sell. We'll give you first click on anything that is client or subscriber exclusive, but it's more a helpful resource for you to keep up with what's happening in marketing today. Would love to have you do that, so go ahead and send us that note. As a final reminder, if you would like this overview deck, go ahead and send me an email to dave@bizzyweb.com or give us a call at 612-4BIZZY-O 424-9990. Thank you very much for joining us, and remember, at BizzyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. Have a great week.